Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas. I've got oil right there behind me. We'll take a look at it. I'll give you my financial opinion, and we'll go from there. So this is oil right behind me. I've got my pattern drawn in. This is the pattern. We've got some support all through here. We are, guess what? Like I said, we are right at resistance. We went to break through it, and then we closed below it. So that is a valid resistance line. Are we going to break through this? I don't know, and I'm not going to do anything, but we're right there at resistance. That's what it means. If we break above this and close above it, we could see a big move to the upside. We do have a bullish engulfing pattern that is engulfing the candlesticks before it right here. It's engulfing these ones before it. That's usually a pretty bullish pattern, although it could be weather related of why this came up. Difficult to say if we're just going to blow through this or if we're going to hit our head and pull on back. And what I do at these decision points is I don't do anything. I'm just holding onto my shares and I'm not doing anything. But we are at a resistance turning point where we could potentially head a little bit lower. Natural gas, it got pummeled today a little bit. We could be pulling back to this resistance area. It's been incredibly volatile. I probably wouldn't be going long in natural gas at the moment. Looking at XOP, I drew a line in here for this resistance line. We tried breaking out above it today, but it closed back below it. We're trying to break through that resistance line. If we take a little bit bigger picture view, and I were to draw maybe a line through here, we are trying to get through this resistance lines in here. So we're coming up and we're trying to break through this stuff. There's just a lot of resistance all through here. So that's what we're trying to break through. You just got to be patient and give it some time to get through here, close above this stuff, and then I think we're off to the races. This is just slowing it down. SM Energy, it's got a wick at the top. Every time we come up here, there's some sellers, it seems like. I'm going to zoom way out on it. I'm going to draw this thing kind of back like this just to see what we've got for resistance support back here. We've got some in here. There's a lot of resistance in right where it's at today. You can see there's resistance here, 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 and all through here. So it's going to get stuck here, guys, for a little bit. And then when we break through this, it's going to be beautiful. It is going to be beautiful. CDEV, I'll zoom in here. We still have very good big buying pressure, small selling pressure days. We have a little wick at the top, meaning we ran into some sellers up here. Kind of zooming out, there is some sellers up here as we go up through here and through here. There's a little bit of sellers. So we're coming through and we got to get through this sticky resistance area. CWEGF, small little down day today, nothing really, or up day, small little up day. Nothing really to worry about, guys. Everything looks really good on this. We've broken the long-term downtrend line. We cut right through it like a samurai sword through hot butter, a hot samurai sword through butter, sorry. And we're just sitting right there. So that one looks good. CPE, zoom in. This is Callum Petroleum. Yeah, we're just got a little bit of a down day with a wick at the top. Just kind of chopping sideways. We have this bullish engulfing to get us moving. Athabasca Oil, ATHOF. It's a small up day, 1.73%. We did close above this super sticky resistance line. And that resistance line's right through there. Hopefully we can get up to about $1.70, close above that, and then we get all the way up to about $6, upper fives. Real quick. There's not much resistance through this type of area. So we're in the sticky part right now. Looking at recap, zoom in here. Recap's hanging on, guys. We're at with this long-term support line. We're kind of getting real close. Maybe we can get a little bit of momentum to the upside and move higher here. It's not looking too bad. Looking at the NOG, Northern Oil and Gas, we broke out of this little resistance line to the upside. It's just chopping sideways. But big long-term view, guys, this thing looks fantastic for a move higher. We do have a lot of sticky resistance points. We're at one right now. We're right here. That's right where we're at. And we're trying to break through all this garbage through here to get through it. CPG, small little down day today. We're right at that resistance line. I've got that white line drawn across. You can see we've traded a lot there in the previous past. And we just got to get through all the stickiness of all the buyers and sellers of previous in the company. This guy's looking pretty good. This is Grand Tierra Energy. You kind of draw a line through here, and then you draw another line through here. And we've broken that to the upside. So it's a big pattern. We've broken it to the upside. We could see this pull back into a return move, and then I think we're going to see a run to the upside. So that's what we have for Grand Tierra. This thing looks fantastic to move on up. Tellurian. Let me get off the log. I just threw this in here. We've got a big update today. Man, we've still got some selling pressure here. I think we're going to chop sideways to lower for a little bit until we get some more buying pressure candlesticks. Podevco, sideways day today. Just moving sideways. Oasis, we broke to the upside of this pattern here. We're just chopping sideways. Very small update today. I think if oil can break to the upside, these things they'll jet. They'll jet. Comstock Resources a little bit down today. This is more of a natural gas company. Still looks really good for an upside move. Sandridge, we're coming up with a little bit of a wick at the top. Getting a little bit of selling pressure through here. Ring Energy was one that I thought could potentially pop. We have a bullish engulfing pattern here and another one here, and we are coming to a point where this thing was ready to pop. We got our pop today, 10.3%. And let me back out here a little bit. That's what we're looking at for a pop, and this could move a good amount higher, especially if oil goes higher. Surge Energy, this was one that was just chopping sideways. We're right on the support line. And then Tamarack Valley Energy, looks like we're getting a little bit of an upward move today on the weekly candlestick basis. The dailies were just kind of moving sideways today. OIH is looking very strong. I like the way that we've got big buying pressure, small selling pressure. I think this will resolve itself higher. Tetra Technologies is right in the tip of this little point here. What I like about it are these two large, big up days and then the slow leak off of sellers like that. It's probably going to throw in like a bullish engulfing candlestick and then probably move higher. That's what I would be looking for. So that one looks good. I like it. Transocean, it's gone higher today. This is another one I really, really like. It's got the pattern of the big move and then the slight pullbacks. That stair-stepping pattern I always see. Looking at pump, getting pumped up. So this has been moving up. One thing I do see here, though, is it is contracting a little bit to the upside. See that? So there is a possibility of this running out of steam and eventually rolling over. This is an ascending or rising wedge. It's a rising wedge, and sometimes they get tired and need to rest a little bit. EXTN, this thing's still looking quite solid. So I would just be holding on to it. I'd be holding on to any of this stuff, guys. They're all good. Valeris is getting a little bit of selling pressure here. So I think we're going to see some sideways action there. MRM, MMA offshore. We broke to the upside. Whenever you break these things and you've got this resistance line coming across, so if we were to back out, we've got this massive resistance line that we're trying to break right now. We're probably going to play with it a little bit. Lots of resistance through here. We're probably going to go a little bit sideways, and then hopefully if oils remain strong, we move on up. Tidewater is doing its return move. So you get these big breakouts. It kind of, gets some selling pressure. It's starting to iron itself out, and maybe we resume an upward move. NEX, it's still looking okay. We're getting a little bit of the contraction in the candlesticks. This could be getting a little bit tired. We'll see. This has had a monster run, guys. 356 all the way to $6.42. So it may need to relax or do a little bit of a return move for a little bit. Champion X Corporation, it still looks okay. We've got good buying pressure, small selling pressure. It still looks good. Cactus Incorporated still looks good as well. Nice strong finish today. OII. I am seeing, if I were to draw kind of like candlesticks in here, I am seeing a little bit of a kind of ascending wedge type patterns that could be developing. So I am seeing that where we could drop out a little bit if the oil price doesn't remain strong. Noble Energy, it still looks good with the nice stair-stepping patterns, good buying pressure, finished strong. HLX still looks pretty good. It's still holding in there. Again, guys, just be careful because we are kind of coming up to a resistance area, and this is like almost a channel that it's got here, and we need to break through this or it's going to come back down. But that's what I'm seeing for HLX. And what I do is I don't trade any of these short-term movements, guys. I just buy into it. I bought into it down here, and I just hold on. I think I bought in somewhere up here too, in here, and then one down here. And I just hold on and I just wait. I don't trade in and out. I don't try to time anything. The valuations are good, so why mess with it? So that's what I see. It still looks really good. We're at that top resistance level for oil. That's what you need to keep your eyes on. If we break to the upside, we could see another big run. Or we could hit our head on it and kind of pull on back, which I think that most of these companies would probably pull back if oil pulls back. And you could see a little bit sharper movement. Don't be tricked out, because one thing that the market likes to do is it likes to, in the beginning of the morning, kind of gap stuff up and then sell it off throughout the day. That's kind of a topping pattern. They trick a lot of people because they get a lot of people emotional. They'll try to get them to buy into it, and then they reverse it and sell it off. So I probably wouldn't be a buyer of some of these companies at this time. I'd kind of just wait. If you got your positions, I would just hold on, ride through it. If we get a pullback, then I look at it as a buying opportunity. If we don't get a pullback, then you have your shares and you're just going to ride it higher. That's my viewpoint. That's how I'm playing this. I don't know if I'd be a buyer in a lot of these at this second where we're at, because we could turn back down from that upper resistance line for oil in the very, very short term. In the long term, yeah, we're going higher for sure. So that's my opinion. Give me a thumbs up for the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.